Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the press conference between OFC and Kerala Blasters for the playoffs. Today we have with us Coach Ivan and player Ayman. So we are open for questions now. First question is for the player Ayman. Thank you.
What do you think? OFC is confident at home, and how is the dressing room mindset right now?
Yeah, mindset is always like positive because it's like a playoffs. So it's like only one game. So anyhow, we need to win the game, and we are ready for that, and we are prepared well also.
Hi coach, I'm Mohammed Awad from Malayalam.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm asking this only for all the Blasters fans. Can we expect Andrea Luna tomorrow on the field?
Yes, he's with us here, right? So we can expect to see him tomorrow playing.
Will he play?
Well, today we have a training session. So far, he did not play. You know, it's coming back after long injury.
Yeah.
We have to take into consideration when you are coming back after 4.5, 5 months, and especially seeing the circumstances, the weather conditions and everything, where you need 3 water breaks in 1 half, you know, in these conditions. So it's obvious that he cannot play 90 minutes, you know. So, but we will see how many minutes he will be available to play, depending on circumstances, whatever it is. But probably we'll see him tomorrow on the pitch after so long. With pleasure.
Well, Kerala Blasters started the season very highly, then they reached Luna mainly. Then after that, performance little bit down, and now Kerala Blasters is picking up right now. So, what do you think right now after Luna coming back? How will be the team mindset and the play will be?
Well, again, we were mentioning these things several times. When you start the season and you want to build up your team dynamics, the way you play, the way you defend, the way you attack. We had the issue last year in the beginning that lots of players arrived late, then we needed some time to build up. The moment we starting building up, we get suspensions, we lost 2 important players like Jigson and Iban on long term. Iban is still out for 6-7 months. Jigson came back after 4 months. The moment we rebuild again, then we lost Luna, then we lost Sachin, then we lost Pepra, then we lost so many players. We had 7 surgeries, and all of them like key players. And then during the season, where there were no time, we had to rebuild again with some young players who at the beginning of the season were not even in the squad. So then it's like during the season rebuilding the new team. And then, you know, fighting with all the issues, fighting all the things, trying to maintain that positivity, the positive mindset of the team. I think now we today arrived to playoffs where we are playing knockout phase again with completely a new team. If you, for example, now compare our team from the beginning of the season and now in the last couple of games, I think that in the game against Northeast 2 games ago, I think that we only had 1 player from the start of the season. So it was like Pritam, for example. All the other players, even the goalkeeper, all new players who are not even. So actually, during the season, we changed the whole team, which was caused by issues, by surgeries, and actually many things that we couldn't control. So you have to deal with that. Now in the playoffs after the season, it's completely different. Everything is different. The mindset and everything you prepare for the knockout phase. So it's not like a long-term competition that you have time to calculate. So now it's without calculation. Whoever goes on the pitch, give everything you have, give 100%. You know, fight for every ball, fight for every duel, and you know, at the end, it's like being without regret. That at the end you say, "I gave everything." So that's the current situation, and deal with it. So we stay positive. We always stay positive with all the issues. In the meantime, we try to recover some of the players. Like Jigson came back not long time ago. Luna now, but all the others, you know, they're out on the long term, which as a coach I must admit never happened to me in my career, that every time we get injury it was out till the end of the season and surgery, which, you know, in this kind of competition it's hard. Then replacement and everything, you need time. New young players coming from B team to first squad, it needs time to adapt to trainings intensity, ISL level, because many of these guys, like Ayman himself, It's his first year in ISL. Every time going around India, recovering, discovering new stadiums, new environments, ISL intensity, senior players. So for many of our boys who are now in starting 11 team, it's new and it was not planned to be maybe this, but again, from one side, we are sorry that it had to happen like that, but on the other hand, we are grateful because these boys, they grow up faster, and for them it's important as young kids, young boys to feel that, to grow up and to become later better players and to improve. So now, one game, fight, give everything, and like I always like to say, let the better team win.
We have seen many young players step up when the others are injured. Particularly, any young player impressed you most?
Well, we'll speak about Azar and Ayman, the twin brothers. It kind of a project of selecting these boys more than 2 years ago. Speaking about goalkeeper Sachin, Vibin, Nihal, many of those guys who are with us, who stayed home, who are still in the B team. It's a kind of process that you build up the team for the next period. Because what I've noticed in my third season and 3 years now already in Indian football, that the clubs, they are not doing that. And then very soon, which is the project of the club on the long term, enlarging the competition. Next year we'll have one more team in ISL. But if the teams, they are not doing that, there will be no more players. So then the quality which is already scarce and the quality that's already centralized in a couple of teams, next year you will have one more team without that high quality that can bring value to the league. And I'm afraid that if the teams are not following that process, building up new players with new potential and new quality, that tomorrow the gap between top of the league and bottom of the league will be even larger than this season. And it will not be nice for the league because already half of the league, everything will be decided. And that's not interesting anymore. So I encourage all the teams, because it's been now more than 2 years that we are doing that. These boys, they deserve chance. They have potential. What I've seen so far in India, in any state, they're huge talent. You have to work with talent. You have to create it. And we in Kerala, we have our obligation because it's the vision of our owners, it's the vision of the club, it's the obligation to our community, society. You want to produce these kind of things because it brings also the identity to the club, the identity to the state, where actually you feel proud. Especially you can ask Ayman and Azar and all these young players. They are proud of being part of Kerala Blasters because it's something important in Kerala state. So it would be awesome to see that all around India because it will bring value to the league, to all the clubs, and later on to national teams that I'm also always mentioning. So, and the end, when the clubs, they produce that product, later when you go in the market with that product, you can also sell. It's like your asset. And then the clubs, they become more financially stable, more financial independence, the whole process. So we in Kerala, we are doing that and we are proud of these boys because now, again, I think third year in a row, not comparing to Hyderabad, maybe the second part, but we are again one of the youngest teams, giving chance to our young players. Many young players in the league, they know that if they are part of Kerala Blasters, they will always have time and space to show themselves, to playing time. And for us, it doesn't matter how old are you, if you have potential and quality, you will get your chance to play, whether you play in competition, playoffs, cup competitions, whatever it is. So we like to pursue that.
Coach, Odisha has some experienced players. Krishna,
Yeah.
Have you assessed the team, Odisha team?
In one of the best in the league. I think that it was the team who was the most consistent throughout the whole season, without, let's say, dangerous injuries. They were one of the team who were consistent with the full squad of foreigners throughout the whole year. They were playing good. They were playing also representing India in AFC, qualifying further on the group stage. So, that's the team who actually showed the most this season, and they're with reason top table. So it's a tough team to beat, very tough team to play against. But again, knockout phase, you never know. It's 90 minutes, maybe 95, maybe with extra time. So you never know. It's kind of enthusiasm, motivation, they have good players who have a huge experience in ISL as well, speaking about many of them. So, of course, for us as a team, it's kind of, get the great motivation, get out and, fight with the best weapon you have and try to win the game.
How is the climate and playing conditions comparing to Kochi?
Well, in Kochi it's also hot, but here we find that it's even hotter. It's really hot. But again, a football player, you are like a gladiator. You have to adapt. So you can never use it as an excuse saying that the weather conditions can bother you because it's the same for both sides. There are two teams, so everybody is suffering. So whether we need to organize, I don't know, like I say, 3 water breaks in a half time, the players, we need to assist them because it will be the huge dehydration. So go outside, adapt. You're a gladiator, it's a job. Football is a hard physical working job. So if you want to become a football player on the highest level, you have to go through that. In Europe, in many occasions, between November and February, we are playing on -10, -15 with the snow and everything. So nobody cares. Go out and adapt and play. So now outside 40, go out and adapt.
Coach, how is Diamantopoulos? Because he is in the golden boot race, and will he play more?
Most probably not, because he suffered in that period where we had 3 games on a short term. So we still have to take care about that, because in this kind of game you want to have all players 100% ready. We'll assess him today also in a training session, tomorrow, if there is any risk or any kind of problem. So we cannot take the risk because we need 100% ready players. So if it's too early for him, he will not be in the team.
Any other injury concerns?
No. Prabir does, he had some health issues, so he stayed at home. Now Chai is suspended with red card. All the other players, they're available. All the other we have, because still a couple of them are in hospital after surgeries, recovering. So still in recovery, Pepra, Ivan, Sachin, who else? So all these players with surgeries who are still they will not be with us till the end of the season, so for the next season. All the others, like youngsters, they're here to perform.
Coach, with the possibility of extra time in this program, so how have you prepared psychologically?
Well, throughout the whole season, we never had physical issues as a team. So not long time ago, we were talking with the fitness coach and with the medical staff, with technical staff together. Never ever this season we had a situation with players and cramps. So from that side we're not worried. So then also during the game, when as a coaching staff you are following the situation, you see what's happening, that if anybody has any issues, of course there are substitutions. There are fresh guys with fresh legs, you let them in. So any possibility of extra time, or you don't know, depending on the game. But I think it will be a tough game, especially in these kind of conditions. It's low quality of football, not easy to move, to perform. End of the season, many players are, like I say, batteries are a little bit on a lower level. But again, you have to perform. The strongest always survive. So we'll see. They are young boys. They are hungry to succeed. They're motivated. They want to perform. They want to compete. So we'll see tomorrow. Hoping we'll see a good game.
And then, how is the feeling playing alongside with your brother? What's the happiness in your home? Can you share?
Yeah, it's like a great feeling. 2 brothers are playing in one team, so of course our parents will be happy and proud. So always their happiness is our motivation. So we are always trying to make them happy. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you.